Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Judge Christy Ruppe. You're here today for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there's probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested. As you appear before me today, you are considered not guilty of what you've been charged with. That status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by the State Attorney's Office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you're arrested on a new charge or a warrant. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine today whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of release that will be imposed upon you. You are entitled to have a lawyer represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire one, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office for you today. I will also, you're also entitled to have a phone call to let friends, family, or your lawyer know who you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to make that phone call yet, please let me know. I'll make sure you get that phone call today. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Okay, very good. Put your hands down as I call your name. Please come forward. Melanie Week. Can I have your date of birth?
6/4/85.
Let's see, you are here today for a retail theft, possession of paraphernalia, trespass, unlawful possession of stolen credit cards, and unlawful possession of personal identification. I found probable cause for your arrest on each of these. Would you like the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office on each of your cases. I'm going to set all of your cases for September 23rd at 8:30 in the morning. That is with the case that you have currently with Judge Toner for the possession of controlled substance, possession of forged bills, felony petty theft, possession of paraphernalia, and trespass. With regard to these cases, you are entitled to bond on these cases. I'm going to go ahead and set a bond of $5,000 each. However, there's probable cause to believe that you committed another crime while you were out on bond on a 2019 CF 1477 case. Therefore, I'm going to recommit you and revoke your bond on that case. So you need to talk to your lawyer about that and talk to Judge Toner about that on September 23rd, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Jessica Wasserman. Can I have your date of birth?
4/4/89.
You're here today for a violation of community control.
Yes, ma'am.
You found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes, please.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. You're going to be held no bond until you appear back in front of Judge Toner on October 11th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ashley Cannon. Can I have your date of birth?
10/22/87.
Okay, you are here today because you failed to appear in front of Judge Merritt on September 6th for a grand theft. He wants you held on a $10,000 bond until you appear back in front of him on October 1st at 1:15. Did you already have the Public Defender's Office representing you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make sure that's still represented on your case. We'll see you back to court October 1st, okay?
There's a bond or anything?
The bond is $10,000. You have a public defender. Your public defender can file a motion to reduce the bond and get that right back in front of your judge, okay?
How do I get a hold of my public defender?
They'll tell you how to do that at the jail, and someone will be out to see you soon.
All right, thank you.
Sarah Weisfeld. Can I have your date of birth?
6/11/1988.
You're here today for a violation of drug offender probation. There's probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. You're going to be held no bond until you appear back in front of Judge Merritt on October 11th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Valerie Flamia. Can I have your date of birth? Date of birth?
4/13/59.
You're here today for retail theft and trafficking in oxycodone. There's probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
I believe I do, but I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office. Kate?
Showing an action was dropped.
My husband brought in my prescription box
Okay,
today.
ma'am, don't say anything about the facts of your case, okay?
Okay.
For possession of controlled substance, 2007 out of Volusia. Adjudication for grand theft, 2007 out of Volusia. Adjudication for improper equipment, 2005 out of Volusia. Petty theft withhold, 2003 out of Volusia. Adjudication of petty theft, 2002 out of Hernando. Adjudication withheld for attempted child neglect, 2001 out of Hernando. Adjudication for forgery, grand theft, multiple counts, 1998 out of Hernando. She does have older theft history.
Okay. Ma'am, I have an address here on Ponce de Leon Boulevard in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, it is.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
For 3 months.
Okay. How long have you lived in Hernando County?
40 years.
Okay. Do you have a job?
No, I'm disabled.
Okay.
I would have wrote multiple times if I did.
All right. I'll keep the bond account number 1 at $2,000. Account number 2 is going to go down from $25,000 to $10,000. And we'll see you back to court on October 11th at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay, thank you.
Susan Weimer?
Judge, the alleged victim is present.
I'm aware. Thank you. Can I have your date of birth?
9/29/71.
Okay. You are here today for a domestic battery. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, please.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. I see you have a couple cases also in front of me right now. No valid driver's license in case number 2019 CT 632. And another no valid driver's license in 2019 CT 1537. Those are both set for October 1st, right?
Correct.
There's probable cause that you believe that you committed another crime while you were free on those cases, so I'm going to recommit you on those cases. You're not getting out of jail right now. We're going to hold you until October 1st at 9 a.m. We'll put all your cases on the same date. Mr. Leonardo, I understand that you're here today because you'd like to have contact with Ms. Weimer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm not going to grant that contact today. You need to talk to someone at the state attorney's office and talk to the public defender's office about that. It might be something I'd be able to grant in a week or so after they've had the opportunity to review the case a little bit better.
Very good. Thank you.
In the meantime, ma'am, you're going to have no contact with James Leonardo. Don't go within 500 feet of his residence, employment, school, or vehicle. Do not call him from the jail. Do not write him any letters from the jail until you hear anything differently, okay? We'll see you back to court on October 1st. David Hale. Thank you. Have your date of birth?
09/19/1972.
You're here today for a violation of probation. It's based on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt on August 23rd. There's probable cause for your arrest. He wants you held no bond until you appear back in front of him on October 1st at 1:15. Would you like the public defender to represent you?
Yes, please.
I'll appoint the public defender's office and someone will be out to see you soon, okay?
What date you coming back?
Thank you.
Matthew Jarsdorfer.
Your Honor, he's delayed in coming to the courtroom. We're retrieving him right now.
Okay. Michael Miller.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can I have your date of birth?
1481.
You're here today for a felony domestic battery by strangulation. There's probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office date.
All I'm showing is an in-state history, driving while license suspended, habitual, 2000. No other history, Your Honor, that I'm showing at this time.
Okay. Mr. Miller, I have an address here on Simona Ave in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
9 months. Since November of last year.
Okay. How long have you been in Hernando County?
Like 4 years, like since 2014, I think.
All right. Do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
Truck driver.
All right. All right, I'm going to set your bond at $5,000. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Tammy Miller. Do not call, do not write, do not email, do not go within 500 feet of her residence, employment, school, or vehicle. No social media, technological contact with her whatsoever. If you do have any contact with Ms. Miller while this case is pending, you could be charged with another crime and held without bond. Do you understand that?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, we'll see you back to court on October 11th at 8:30 in the morning. Stephen Moran. Hi, Mr. Moran. What's your date of birth?
5473.
All right, you missed court with me on August 10th, 2018, with regard to a no motor vehicle registration. Do you want to go ahead and take care of that case today?
Yes.
Okay, if you want to take care of it today, I'll just give you credit for 2 days in the jail, and you'll just have to make payment arrangements on your fines and court costs, which will be $488. You want to do that?
Okay.
All right. Do you understand that by taking a plea on this case today that you're giving up the right to go to trial?
Yes.
Giving up the right to confront the witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up the right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes.
With regard to this no motor vehicle registration, in 2018 CT 2349, how do you plead? Complete no contest.
No.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. Adjudicate you guilty. Send you to 2 days in the Hernando County Jail. Give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. You will have fines and court costs of $488 and the cost of incarceration assessed against you. If you want to try to pay that at some point, you would come down to the clerk of court and make payment arrangements, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Michael Reynolds? Can I have your date of birth?
He bonded.
Yeah.
Michael Reynolds, bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Sir.
Who's
on a Pinellas account?
Right.
Right, he's right.
I was.
He
I
was
got,
brought to first appearance, but he's already bonded, Your Honor.
Yeah, I got an email like I don't know who that was.
Hasn't been processed out yet.
Adam Solomon? Can I have your date of birth?
10/17/83.
All right, you were here today for burglary of conveyance. Your bond amount is $10,000. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
Appoint the public defender's office. State.
Showing a withhold expired registration 2010 out of Pinellas and a delinquency case from 1996 for burglary of a residence and criminal mischief where he got PTI, single source offender.
All right. So I have an address for you on Jummel Drive in Wekiwachi. Is that where you live?
Yeah.
How long have you lived there?
30 years.
Do you have a job?
No. All right, I'm going to set your bond at $2,500. We're going to see you back to court October 11th at 8:30 in the morning, okay? Okay, thank you.
All right. Mark Fountain? Can I have your date of birth?
7/19/70.
You were here today for battery on a person over the age of 65 and child abuse. There's probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State.
Let's see, trespass on a posted construction site in 2016, grand theft of a motor vehicle same year, burglary of a dwelling, not dropped, 2 of those in 2011. Guilty to a burglary of a dwelling in 2011 and a grand theft to go with it. Petty theft, 2006, egg bat, dropped in 2005. Criminal damaging withhold, 2005. Trespass and attempt to shoot turkeys, 2002, and possession by under 21 in 1990.
What?
Okay. I have an address to you on Idlewild Circle in Ridge Manor. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
40 years.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
Subcontractor. Work on the house.
Okay. All right. I need to order that you have no contact with Joe Fountain or Maggie Fountain. Don't have any contact with either one of them while this
Yes,
case is
ma'am.
pending or you hear any differently from a judge. Don't go within 500 feet of wherever they live, work, or go to school or their vehicle. No social media or technological contact with either of them whatsoever. If you have any contact with either of them while this case is pending, you could be charged with another crime and held without bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm going to set your bond on the battery of a person over the age of 65 at $5,000, and then the child abuse is going to stay at $12,000. I'm going to see you back to court on October 11th at 8:30 in the morning. Okay?
Okay.
Robert Bruno.
Nothing wrong.
Can I have your date of birth?
3/21/74.
Okay, you were here today for a violation of probation. It's based
Yes,
on a
ma'am.
warrant signed by Judge Toner on August 29th. There's probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Cole, Laura Cole.
Okay. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office, and they want you held no bond until you appear back in front of Judge Toner on October 11th at 8:30 in the morning. We'll see you back
Did you
to
have
court
any
then.
leniency?
I'm sorry?
Can you have any leniency on that, Bob? Because I had a kidney stone, that's why I could not, that's why I could not piss on command at Western Judicial.
Okay, the only person who's going to give you leniency on that is going to be Judge Toner, so you need
Judge
to
Toner.
talk to your lawyer about that, okay?
Alright, thank you.
Justin Brown. Can I have your date of birth?
7/30/82.
You're here today for a felony battery by strangulation, burglary of a dwelling, and resisting an officer without violence. I found probable cause for the felony domestic battery by strangulation and the resisting officer without violence. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office in both of these cases. I did not find probable cause for the burglary. I only find probable cause for the trespass on that count. All right, Kate, anything else I need to know?
I is an adjudication for violation of pretrial release, domestic violence, and resisting without violence from January of this year out of Hernando. Adjudication for battery second and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, also January of this year out of Hernando. Adjudication for battery from 2018 out of Hernando. Adjudication possession of a controlled substance 2017 out of Hernando. Possession of a controlled substance and paraphernalia 2017 out of Hernando. Oh, my apologies, that was a withhold as to the controlled substance, adjudication as to the paraphernalia. Inaction was null pros in 2016 for grand theft out of Hernando. Adjudication battery 2013 out of Hernando. And disturbing the peace, a withhold 2007 out of Okaloosa. He was showing as a multi-source offender, but I was not provided that history, so I'm not aware of what his out-of-state history is, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Brown, I have an address to you in Holiday Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You have someplace else you can live for right now?
Yes, ma'am.
I need to order that you have no contact with Shannon 1 Street. Don't have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email. Do not go within 500 feet of her residence, employment, school, or vehicle. No social media or technological contact with her whatsoever. If you have any contact with Shannon while this case is pending, you could be charged with another crime and held without bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. For the felony domestic battery by strangulation, I'll set your bond at $10,000. We also need to hold you until 4 o'clock today. With regard to the trespass and the resisting officer without violence, I'll set your bond at $500 each. We'll see you back to court on all of these cases on October 11th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Is Matthew Jarsdorfer there yet?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, can I have your date of birth?
10/27/1993.
All right. You're here today because you failed to appear to court in front of me on August 23rd for a driving on suspended driver's license.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you want to take care of that today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you want to take care of it today, then I'll let you out of jail today with 2 days that you have in jail, but I need to warn you that you might have a problem with the DMV about getting your driver's license back, because this might be your third driving on suspended within 5 years. So do you want to go ahead and take your...
What do I have to do to try and get my license back?
Well, you need to talk to the DMV about that. You need
Okay.
to stop driving illegally first,
Yes,
and then
ma'am.
you can talk to the DMV about that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you understand all that? Do you want to take care of your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by resolving this case today, you're giving up your right to go to trial,
Yes, ma'am.
giving up your right to confront the witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up all of those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, with regard to this driving on suspended driver's license in 2019 CT 2646, how do you plead? Complete no contest.
Plead what?
You complete no contest?
Plead guilty.
Okay, I'll accept your plea of guilty, find it's freely and voluntarily entered, adjudicate you guilty, send you to 2 days in the Hernando County Jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. You will have fines and court costs of $488, and the cost of your incarceration assessed against you. You can make payment arrangements for that at the clerk of court, okay?
Yes, ma'am. So I go home today?
Thank you. As
So I
far as
go
I
today?
know, unless you have anything else, this case is resolved.
Thank you.
Did I get everyone in custody?
Oh.
Get everybody? Okay,
That's it, thank you.
all right, thanks. I have